In this video, I'm going to show you how to access the API running on localhost on Android emulator, iOS simulator, and even on real device. So let's dive in. Here is my API running on localhost port 5187. And the moment I try to open this URL in Android emulator, we get an error. This site can't be reached. And this is happening because when the emulator sees the word localhost, it doesn't look at your computer. It looks at itself. And inside the emulator, there is no API running on port 5187. And this is exactly why our request is failing. Now here is where Android gives us a secret shortcut. Inside the Android emulator, there is a special IP address that points back to our computer localhost 10.0.2.2. So instead of localhost 5187, we will use 10.0.2.2 5187. And as a result, we can access the localhost API on our Android emulator. Now, here is the interesting part. If you switch to iOS simulator, you don't need any special IP address. Why? Because the iOS simulator share your Mac's network directly, which means when the iOS simulator sees the word localhost, it actually points back to your Mac. So if I open up localhost 5187 inside iOS simulator, it works perfectly. No special IP address, no extra configuration, no trick. Just localhost. Okay, we can now access localhost API on Android emulator and iOS simulator. But what happens when we try to access it on real device? Localhost fails again because a real Android or iPhone device cannot directly access our computer's localhost. To make it work, both computer and the phone must be connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Next, instead of localhost, we need to use our computer's local IP address. So in system settings, go to Wi-Fi section, click on details, go to TCP IP and copy the local IP address. So now the API URL becomes local IP address :5187. But there is one final thing. Our backend must be listening on all network interfaces, not just localhost. Right now, my ASP.NET Core API is listening on localhost, which means other devices on the network still can't reach it. So open launch settings.json file and replace the application URL with this. Hit save and restart the API. And finally, let's try to access the API using local IP and port number. And there it is, working perfectly. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video and I will see you in the next one. Happy coding!